whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing out the hook of force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds, kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā ko nā whakapiri mai ki te kaupapa tino whakahira whakarongo pi kari mai. Hare mai, o Taringa hare mai. We gotta gather up close everybody. Gather up close everybody. Kani move that body. Kani move that body.
Tēnei te whakamāno atu ki a koutou nei te hunga e pī kare mai e are mai nei ki tō tātou kaupapa ko Taringa e whakapāho atu ana ki tēnā rohe, ki tēnā pito, ki tēnā motu, ki tēnā upoko, ki tēnā whatu manoa e aku rangatira tēnā koutou katoa. Ko māua tahi nei I tēnei rā e ahua mai e kape ana I ngā ngotu o te pākai ahi o tō tātou kaupapa I tēnei rā māua tahi ko Erika tēnā rātu koe.
Tēnā koe.
Ai, me ngā whakaro ki o tātou hoa, e haere ana kiwi, kiwa, you know.
E ne pā ana ki ngā māwiwi.
Ai, ngā māwiwi tanga, e ahua.
Yep.
E ahua, koina tētahi kaupapa e pehi nei ana I a tātou hoeno ko te maramatanga I roto I tērā, I ngā māwiwi tanga ko te whakatā, ne?
Ai.
You know,
Aye, that's right.
sometimes you have to be...
You have to prioritise the self-care.
Yeah, you got to be sick before you can have, some time to yourself. And I've just got past my bugs that we paid for at our early learning childhood daycares. Thank you.
Yep.
And,
We've got that at the moment too.
Ai, me ngā whakaro ki kia koe e tai, e one, e ora ana I te, e hoki mai ana ki te ora I tō mauiwitanga, no reira kia piki te ora kia koe. Taina tu ki kia koe hoa e kahurangi, mihi ana kia koe hoino. Ngā whakaro hoki ki koutou, te māngai pāho, taina tu kia koutou, irirangi te motu.
Irirangi te motu.
Yeah. No reira, anei māua tahi, e whakapāho atu ana I te whare ruruhi o Apukura, te manaakitanga o te wānanga o te aroa, atu I te pokapū, te taone haruru o te awa motu.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep. What sound does a Tesla make?
Like a whirring fan. Yeah, that's it.
Hono e hoa mā, ko tai tātou ki tēnei putanga, 314, tori tukau, ko...
Oh, here we go.
You know, I'm bad with numbers.
Yeah.
In English, let alone
Toru
in te reo Māori. Toru rau.
Te kaumawha.
Te kaumawha.
314, is that what
314. Toru rau.
Te
kaumawha. E hoa mā.
It is a bit of a mind boggle.
Yeah. I'm bad with numbers in English.
Yes,
and,
same.
So let alone tō tātou.
I need a calculator to figure out my age.
And now we're at te Patapatai. E hoa mā, kia mohe ai koutou, Patapatai. It's not Patapatai.
Because they're meant to be rapid fire.
Yes, koia hoki.
Rapid fire questions.
So if it's Patapatai, you're actually...
interviewing.
It's an interview. So
yeah.
Patapatai is like more rapid. That's my take in how I make it an onomatopoeia because it's fast.
Yeah.
Patapatai. Hoino, speaking of patapatai, anei tā tātou kiwaha.
Yeah.
So just speaking about self-care, taking the time out to rest, people getting all these bugs these days, more bugs than a blimmin' laptop. There's a saying that a lot of my te rarawa whanaunga say, and a lot of my whanaunga from most places anyway, up to Taitokero, this is one that resonates a lot when we're buggered, when we're exhausted, and it's ko te kōtore. Ko te kōtore.
Ko te kōtore.
Ai, ko te kōtore, which means you're buggered. You're done.
I'm done.
I'm
at it.
E hoa, rangahaua te kupu kōtore, it's your dairy air. And te means to be blown out.
Ko te.
Can
you just shorten it to ko te?
I don't know, I haven't heard it, but I get it. Ko te. But ko te means I've farted.
Oh.
So, you know.
Yeah, no, I could still use it.
Yeah, you can still use it. You know, kei awe. And, I shouldn't say too much. I just come off a gastric bug myself. So, ko te kōtore, e hia taima nei. Yeah, so koina tētahi kiwa e hoa mā, when you're buggered, you're blowing your back out, ko te kōtore.
Ko te kōtore.
Aye. Others might say ko te koito. Ko te koito. Aye. Yep. So you can say that even too, others say ko pakaru te kōtore. you're just buggered. You're absolutely done. You're exhausted. You put in a big shift. So nō reira hoa mā, when you've had enough, ko te kōtore. And I'm sure a lot of us are feeling that as we head into this part of the year, hoa mā, where there's a rush to finish work and then rush to
do something for the holidays.
Yeah, rush to be festive.
Yeah.
Ai are. Hoi no, ko te kōtore.
Ko te kōtore.
So how te tahi tauira?
Well, I don't know how, but our house was always the gathering house for our whānau that live here in Hamilton.
Yep.
So like my brother and his whānau are over at least 3 times a week. And got other friends that come over all the time. Anyway, we've been having big feeds at our house quite a lot lately so that we can follow that by getting all the kids to sleep
yes.
and playing cards and then staying up way too late.
Aye.
And then the following day for mātou katoa, ko te kōtore.
Ko te kōtore, āhoa. Yes,
because we stayed up way too late playing cards and we actually have mahi and kids to do the next day.
Absolutely. So āhoa, that's a hint, for it's nice to have visitors. However, as a manuhiri, you have responsibilities as well. And that's 1, being considerate. And 2, maybe planning it. or leaving at a good time. No. But, koina te utu o te manaakitanga ka te kōtore.
Yeah, we do it to ourselves as well.
Oh, yeah, we do it to ourselves. We don't shut our doors to anyone. And,
Nah.
it can be,
And look, we're keen as to play cards.
Nice. Yeah. Good card games, yeah. Mine's about the same, but ours is, we have a long weekend, we work hard, it's about our kids, eh?
Yeah.
It's about our kids. Getting them up in school, getting ready, getting them home, keeping them into routine.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then ka tai mai a praere, hoa ko te kōtore.
Yeah.
Ko te kōtore o māmarao, ko pāpā. Hoi no, oho kau mai nei, tamanui te rā i te hatarei, oho mai ana ngā tamariki.
Yeah, ready to go.
Ready, 5:30, 6 a.m, hoa, on a Saturday, Sunday. Kids are up, bright and early, like they just come back from the club. And oh man, engari ko te kōtore o māua.
Mine has the cheek to say to me, Mama, he rangi paki I tēnei rā.
Yeah, ka paki a tō tero awa.
Shut the curtains.
Yeah, shut the curtains. Yeah. Oh no, I think ko te kōtore o enei tauira. Patapatai hoa mā. So e mihi ana kia koutou, te hunga
I pātai mai.
I pātai mai, I koutou I tukuna mai e koutou enei pātai.
I think we'll start with this one from Michelle Harmy.
Michelle Harmy, tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe. She says, kia re te whānau o Taringa, use our neck level.
Neck level.
Yeah. I've been an avid listener from day dot. Before my pepe was whānau mai. Could you wānanga around what makes a waiata appropriate for a pōwhiri versus for entertainment? Is it the kupu, the oro, or something else? Ngā mihi.
Pai tēnei pātai, tēnā koe Michelle. Me tō pēpi, me tā tātou pēpi. Yes, what is an appropriate waiata for pōhiri?
It's mostly more te, like I'm just thinking of pōhiri I've been in recently. Yeah, it's mostly like more te vibe one, pātere, and then depending on the level of te reo and stuff, there might be a bit of te aroha in there. Yeah.
I think, pai tēnei ko te whakaro ki au is ideals, right?
Yeah.
And kei te marae te tikanga. However, the ideal I approach or the ideal I aspire to reach is, during a pōhiri, is that we use waiata karaua.
Yeah.
Mō tea ori e rā momo waiata katoa.
Yeah.
I roto I te pōhiri. And for my idea, my one is so we can maintain them.
Yeah.
So everyone learns them.
True.
And because really you've got to ask where do you hear these waiata? Where else do you hear them? Apart from if you have to use them in a bracket for haka, kapaaga whakataitai or, I think the ideal, and this is always going to be the hidden clause or the written clause, kei te marae te tikanga, kei te hapu, kei awai te tikanga, kei te paiarahi, kei te taumata te tikanga. So, yeah, the ideal is waiata karaua, mō pātere.
And also, it would be ideal also because they're probably our most traditional songs that we have.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we can still keep those old songs with the old knowledge in it going.
Yeah. And I think, you know, there's a time to actually really appreciate the depth of kōrero that's in there. And, you know, when you're on a marae and, say, during whai kōrero, you invoke the people you may mention. You invoke your tupuna, you invoke ngā atua.
Yeah.
And these are the songs that I think best complement, support, enhance, embellish your kōrero.
Yeah, because you at a lot of times going to marae for whatever kaupapa as a representation of your lineage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it depends on the kaupapa too. And so that's an ideal e hoa, Michelle, to, you know, aspire to use mō tia and waiata karaua to, one, support what you say, enhance or to kia whakamana ai i te kaupapa. And if it's a tangihanga, it could be a waiata tangi that expresses your emotions or your thoughts to the deceased and the whānau. And then also within there are certain types of waiata karaua you wouldn't use. So like, you know, and it's up to the mastery of the person or the understanding of the person that's speaking, or the people that are supporting you with their waiata. So a kai ora or a pōkeka, you know, those are...
Oh, right, yeah.
You know...
Those are offensive ones.
They can be deemed offensive. However, you know, if you knew or if you understood enough to use it in a way to enhance your kōrero, ai. But there's a time and a place for all waiata. Now, the difference, whakangaho, waiata with guitar, ne? Mm-hmm. Waiata with guitar. And some places allow it. I know a lot of my hapu up north, kārehe take, they'll use waiata whakangaho to support their kōrero. Mm-hmm. And that's fine, because kei te whare te tikanga.
Is a waiata categorised as a waiata whakangaho if it has a guitar?
Good question. What if it was of old language and it was used the guitar? Yeah. So that's what I mean. Kei te aho te one, te pū kōrero.
Okay.
Do they know? And then kei te mana o te marae.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'm going to a party to take photos, but I'm just thinking about this situation. It's a work organisation are going to a marae to have a big bonding thing, basically, from what I understand. Lots of them come from different places over the country, so they'll be all coming together. In those cases where they probably aren't that tight with each other, so they probably don't all know a waiata karaua. Do you think it's appropriate if, like, say some of them were really knowledgeable and they got up and done one about their area? Or is it better for the whole group to sing a song that they might all know, like a more generic one?
Yeah, pai tērā. That's up to the group to decide and how better suits the occasion, eh? And, you know, if you're a speaker and you've got your waiata, and that's the other thing I've learnt is don't expect others to support you with their waiata if they don't know it, or, you know.
Yeah.
Make sure you got your own waiata. If you want to meet those aspirations of the ideal, you know. But yeah, that's up to the group, hey. And if people feel better, like, oh, nah, we'll do our waiata, then yeah, pai.
Okay.
Kāre take. In group settings, you always want to have one that everyone knows. But sometimes I think, say if the group only knows happy birthday, you're not going to go with that. Or if your group only knows, you know, e harai te mea, you know, which are fine, those songs are fine. But if you know one that's better, sometimes you got to make a call. And, you know, a lot of times when you do that, it actually honours your hosts and it maintains the mana of the group you're talking for.
Oh, so you mean as the speaker? You might need
as
to
the
make
speaker,
the call.
or say sometimes instead of the whole group, and there's a few of you that go, oh, we're gonna do our waiata. Yeah. And sometimes it's easier, it's better.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, all contextual.
Yeah, all contextual. Yeah.
So, you know, these are probably the things to consider, Michelle, when, say, if you're going with a group, what's our waiata? People in corporate settings, perhaps you get the assistants to either compose your own waiata, as Te Wānanga Aotearoa has their own waiata that we can take with us wherever we go. And then, so other corporate settings or other groups, come up with a waiata or select one you can all learn. But kia kaha, kia au, kia manawa nui.
Love it. This one is from Ruana Kaihe Mamanu.
Kia ora.
Kia ora, I'm having trouble understanding the differences between kura marotini and hene te aparangi. Are they different people altogether, or if they are in fact the same person, or if Kupe had 4 kids to hene te aparangi and then went to sea with kura marotini and put an end to hoturapa so that he could have 2 wives eventually. Wow.
Kia ora, Ruana. I like this question. Kare aku whakautu ki tō pātai. I haven't a definitive answer to your question, but I think that what this highlights is when we study or we learn research whakapapa and some of our kōrero tuku iho. It's always he momo te tangata kia mōhio pū, kia mōhio pāhi ki tētahi āhuatanga, ne? I think it's an attribute of man to know exactly what something is. It's always about the why. And however, I roto i te ao Māori, concepts are more fluid. Yeah, concepts are more fluid, and to have a well-rounded idea about a time, a place, a person, a people, is to actually find a kōrero and then look for surrounding kōrero, ne? Because yes, I grew up with the idea of kura marotini, hine te aparangi, and for a certain part of the time I was like, it was hine te aparangi that I kite a hine te aparangi i tētahi Aotea.
Yeah.
Ka parare atu aparangi, Aotearoa. And then I heard another kōrero of kura marotini. And then of course you had, like you said, hoturapa. But the thing is you've just got to keep hanging out with that whakaaro. And even the kōrero of kupe, taiho ka pota mai ngā kōrero, more kupe. To probably give a whakaaro on that question, Ruana, is to, hang out with that whakaaro.
This is the first time I've heard about hene taparangi, to be honest, because obviously I'm not from up north, so I'm not actively looking for that type of research, so all I've heard about is kura marotini.
Yes.
First time I've heard of hene taparangi.
Yeah, and there's other places where it says one became a daughter. Huh? So that's the thing when you're researching whakapapa and that far back, is actually you've got to keep a wider lens every time. It's like, you can go in, look at a certain part, but just hold it there and then build around that whakaaro. Yeah. And then because I think a lot of people, he momoa no tēnei no te tangata, it's an attribute of of us, is to actually try and find the truth. Yeah. He ake tēnei mea te pono. And so it's always to just keep an open mind with all kōrero when we learn it, because we can go off, and it's easy to, and you get that when you get enthusiastic about learning new knowledge, you go off and you start preaching, anei te kōrero, and then you get to certain parts, you're like, actually, perhaps that's not the kōrero.
Actually, that doesn't line up with that.
Yeah.
And this. Okay. Yeah, that's happened to me so many times.
Yeah.
I always have this fantasy that I would love to be able to just be able to time travel and go back and see what was what.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Come back and go, nah, yes, nah, yes, nah.
No, they didn't live there. Nah, they lived here. No, this is the father.
Toroa gifted mā tātua. Who knows? But yeah, all these kōrero and the beauty in it kia tātou, ko enei kōrero he mea whakahono i a tātou, he mea tuitui i a tātou. Kaua e whakawehe nei i a tātou. It's not to separate or to create a distinction. And I think, I don't know if it's easier to say, everything's easier to say if that's a Western concept. However, these are concepts sometimes that we can use, we try to use to create a distinction for yourself, or an understanding to sort of separate your ideas.
Yeah.
Whereas you've got to look for the part that actually
Joins.
and creates a common ground.
Yeah.
So yes, kupe. Yes, kura marotini. Yes, hene te aparangi. I, Hoturapa, who was the partner of kura marotini at first. Anyway, according to this kōrero.
Yeah.
And then you go over the hill and it'll be another kōrero.
Yeah.
You know, for me, so anei tētahi tauira. E mōhi anau ki taku tātai heke, mai ia hoturoa, kia reitu rau ko reipai, kia whakatainui au iahau. Yeah, I know my link to tainui via the hoturoa down to reitu reipai. However, when I'm in tainui, I will recite the taki that Pei Te Hurunui James wrote. And when I'm back home, I will use the tātai that Aperahama Taoni wrote down. So understanding, and that's just to, I don't know, for me it's to create a well-rounded outlook on things, especially with whakapapa e hoa.
Yeah.
Especially with whakapapa. Sometimes e he, e tahi wā, he rereke, te rereke.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, interesting.
Yeah. So, you know, koutou mā tātou, when we're researching, we get a fragment of history and then we create a whole gospel out of it.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can be at your demise, or you go through massive paradigm shifts and you're like, what? That's not true? Like, e hoa, pono mehi ana ki taku matua. For years he thought rangi was the mother and papa was the father. I had to break it to him. I said, Dad, ko papa atua nuku te whaia. Ko rangi nui te matua. And he just went through this paradigm shift and he was like, what? And they got to hang out with them for a while. And even saying that when we're correcting people, or sometimes we don't want to set out to correct them, but show them other kōrero for more understanding. Hoi no, ka nui tēnei ko I think ko te kōtore e tau kōrero. So the take-homes is hang out with their whakaaro, learn some more kōrero.
And create a well-rounded kōrero from that kōrero.
And then because you'll go to some places like down ki Ngāti Toa, Te Atiawa, he kōrero anō tā rātou mō kupe. Ka haere ki iwi ki atu he kōrero anō tā rātou mō kupe.
Yeah.
Hoki mai ki a hau ki te hokianga nui a kupe, he tangata anō a kupe.
Ai.
No reira ai, kia u e hoa.
This pātai is from Dale Mokena. If workplaces have health and safety plans, do they have a cultural safety plan? Do any of the presenters currently have one or had one in the past? Oh, okay.
Kia ora, tēnā koe, Councillor Dale.
I think it's fair to say at Te Wānanga Aotearoa, you're basically the culture person these days.
You know.
So we have, I feel like we have cultural plans or quite good cultural understanding here as an organisation. Yeah,
nei, pātai pai tērā. So, you know, this is a point of view from Te Wānanga Aotearoa, ne? Or, no, this is my point of view of how we practice health and safety at Te Wānanga Aotearoa. So health and safety, we start there. When we start looking at our health and safety plans, we have what you call kaupapa matua. And those are our values and our principles that we approach situations. And they are from a whakaaro Māori. They are from a tirohanga Māori, a Māori outlook. So we have our values, which is aroha, kotahitanga, whakapono, ngāture. Aroha, compassion and respect towards others. Kotahitanga, everything we do is for the collective.
Yeah.
And plain and simple. Whakapono is the belief of what we do.
Acting with integrity.
Acting with integrity. And our whakapono is that, and also our collective beliefs, regardless of beliefs. Yep. Ngāture is our ethics, the way that we check ourselves to make sure the way that we are conducting ourselves are within good working ethics. Ne?
Yeah.
And so what we try and do is we practice those, communicate those in everything that we do.
Yeah.
Everything we do. And so, ko te tua papatera o te taha whakahaumaru i te tangata i roto i te ahurea. As cultural safety, ne?
Right. So our cultural safety is basically built into the health and safety plan.
Yeah. It's embedded. It's totally embedded. And to me, that's an ideal for actually all organisations that wish to have a cultural safety plan. You don't want to do it in isolation. Yeah. Because it doesn't work. Yeah. It just becomes a side thing. And it becomes post hoc. Post hoc meaning you make it up after it's happened. Yeah. And you don't want to ad hoc as well. Now, the part where it differs is personal interpretation of that.
Right.
We work with people that can be seen as weaponizing it, hiding behind them,
Yeah.
exploiting them.
Yeah.
That's when we use the same lens. So those are ngā uara of Te Wānanga Aotearoa. And then we also have ngā takepu, which is kaupapa wānanga. Now, takepu are the principles in which we approach a situation, approach a subject, approach a kaupapa, approach a project. And those principles are ahurutanga,
Right.
safety,
Yeah.
kaitiakitanga, stewardship.
Yeah.
You know, when you are approaching so just those two, ahurutanga, approaching a situation, what is the culturally most safest way we can do that for the collective, ne?
Yeah.
And then kaitiakitanga, what is my role to make sure that that everyone's taken care of, the kaupapa's taken care of.
Sustainability
Yeah,
too.
sustainability, yeah.
Fits under kaitiakitanga.
Yeah. So if 5 people are looking at one thing and thinking of those two things at the same time, you're actually creating probably a good start. And then you've got koha. That's our third takepu. Koha is, what is your contribution?
Yeah.
And for the bigger kaupapa of Te Wānanga Aotearoa, what is your contribution of consequence? So, you know, goes beyond your contractual obligations. It's actually like, you know, what do you do to help others? Things like that, just koha, koha.
Yeah.
And then the idea of, if those are all in good union, then you have mauri ora. Mauri ora, which is the desired outcome, which is the well-being of the collective. That's just a glimpse into the frameworks, you can call them frameworks, so you can understand what that means, e te iwi, of what we try to use, practice and observe when we create anything. And that's part of cultural safety, you know?
Yeah. Amazing. I did not know it went as deep as that.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's others. There's also ako wānanga, which is your practice, which is you aro, reflect, you ako, you learn, and you use whanaungatanga, because you need your internal and external stakeholders, partnerships, whanaungatanga. And then you get to te hiringa, a part of inspiration or a aha moment, a yes moment. We did it.
The ako wānanga is a 3-day sort of noho that new kaimahi come into. And so right from the start, they're inducted with these values, so that we can hopefully all be on board the same waka.
So we have what you call, some people might call it an induction day or an orientation day is, or 2-day, 3-day wānanga, which is called te whāriki. Te whāriki, te whāriki.
Te whāriki, that's the one.
So all kaimahi, all new kaimahi, and you know, some that have yet to take the step are invited to partake and contribute in what we call te whāriki, where one, you learn the Genesis kōrero of Te Wānanga Aotearoa. You find out where you stand and what's your value in Te Wānanga Aotearoa, and then you learn all these kaupapa.
Going back to the question, that is an example of a cultural plan in action.
That is an example of cultural plan in action,
They're planning that new kaimahi are coming in and we're all going to be on the same cultural waka.
Yeah. And, you know, our philosophy is creating educational opportunities of the highest qualities for Māori, people of New Zealand and the world. And so we understand the diversity. Nā, ko tahitanga, we are unapologetically Māori, but also very receiving.
Just because we're pro-Māori doesn't mean we're...
Yeah, you can be pro something and it doesn't mean you're anti something else. Yeah. However, this is the way that we do things, via Māori...
Our Māori values.
Māori values, And so then we work hard to have people, one, understand them, because, you know, they might be new concepts to you. One, understand them, and then two, be able to identify them in what you do every day, outside of work, inside of work, and then how you can express them and observe them amongst others as well.
Yeah. I feel like I learned something.
Yeah. And then, like I said, then you've got, just like the law, just like everything else, just like the rules of Monopoly, you may have other ideas of how those rules are applied.
Yeah. And here's your health and safety coming in and keeping our opinions safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, koina te whakaaro, and that's how we work, you know, and a lot of people find it frustrating because it's not straightforward, and we're in the business of people. People aren't straightforward. Yep. te iwi, e mihi ana kia koutou katoa. Hei, tautoko i tā tātou kaupapa i tēnei rā. Ka huri o tātou taringa, ki te reo rōreka, o te kuia nei, o te whāia, ko whiri mako black tēnei, me te waiata nei, te tini o toi. Whakarongo mai.
Whakatipuranga o toi kaira kau I nei ka puterani te kura I monoa moko te uiare moko te Ma fetsuro
just had a thought.
Yeah.
Is this the part where we invite Whirimako to come and do a live sing for us at our Christmas show?
Ooh, probably a bit late notice now.
Well, ko te ao Māori tēnei, ko te ao Māori tēnei, ko te wāhingaro tēnei, ko te tūmanako pia tēnei.
Oh, yeah, manifestation.
Yeah, manifestation.
Put it out there.
Yeah. Hoi no, e mihi ana kia koe whai, mōwi whakai
Well, his
mai.
son, he's here, kaimahi.
Taku wā.
So
Te kanapū te rangi
it
ai
could
ani,
happen, it
koina
could
pia
happen.
tētahi kōrero pati hei pati ngā māu. Nō reira, e mihi ana kia koe whai, mōwi whakai mai, kia whakaranga tira nei i a Taringa i o waiata. Nō reira, mihi ana kia koe whai. Hoi no, ka nui tēnei mō tēnei wā koe kia hoa.
Ai, ka nui.
Yeah, it's been good being back in the studio.
Ai.
One day you may get us, all of us at once, e hoa ma.
Yeah.
Hoi no e hoa ma, mā te wāhingaro, tātou e manaki e tiaki, e i roto i ngā tiwhai ahorango te wā. Tēnā koutou katoa, hei kona.
Hei kona.
Bit whakaronga, bit kari. Get the rope close, everybody, buddy. Taringa. Yeah, tahuri mai ki o. Whakarongo ki te tangi a te korimako. Kōrero flowing out the hook of force. Kaupapa relevant, kaupapa out of bounds. Kaupapa exigent, kaupapa paramount. Nā kona whakapiri mai ki te. Kaupapa tino whakahira, whakarongo pi kari mai. Hare mai, o Taringa, hare mai. We gotta gather up close, everybody. Gather up close, everybody. Kani move that body. Kani move that body.
Taringa, he mea tuku nā te wānanga o Aotearoa. Nā te māngai pāho me irirangi te motu I tautoko. To listen to more episodes, search for us on your podcast app and subscribe, or follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Taringa, whakarongo mai.